Good evening. It's time for Paper Pumpkin. All right, I'm going to give y'all a few minutes to join me. We're going to be putting together our August kit. This is the one that they made for people that are doing, people that we wanted to thank for doing their jobs. So there are 3 different cards. We'll make one of each of those, and then I have a bonus card as usual that I'll show you how to make, and then I'll send you all the supplies for it. Sorry, that is kind of glary right there, isn't it? Right under my light. So these are the cards we're going to make. I'm going to give you guys just a couple more minutes to get started, or to join me before I get started. Here are the cards. Oh, that's really glary. Let's move that one to this end. Yeah, that's still glary. There. That's better. Maybe. So those are the 3 that we're going to make tonight. All right. Let's see. Let me get all my supplies so I know which ones I'm doing. Need that. That's that one. I had to watch the video on the shaker one because for some reason my brain couldn't wrap itself around what they were saying. So I watched the video, and I think I forgot to put the link. Hey, Michelle. I think I forgot to put the link on this event, so I will try and remember and do that after the event, so that if you need to watch it, you can. Okay. We are going to get started. We're going to do the shaker one first. So if you read the instructions, it said, oh, I think there's somebody else here. I can't see. Hi, Betty. I'm sitting down for this one, so I can't see my phone, the messages on my phone as easily. So if you read the instructions, the stars, it says or the star sequence, to take out about 30 and set them aside for the other cards, and then you're going to divide what's left in thirds to do the shaker. So, like I said, this one I had to watch the video because it was just, I don't know, my brain just couldn't understand what they were saying. So I have all my pieces. So this one has lots of pieces, and then you've got, it's got a little, get cleaned off a little bit. You've got 3 of those acetate sheets that are going to make the shaker card. Get our frame ready. Okay, and let's do our stamping first. And then you've got 3 of these foam frames, and that's what's going to give you the depth so you can make your shaker card. All right, put that over there. Okay, so let's do our stamping. We're going to stamp the big, make sure I'm staying in the right spot. Okay, I think you can see me there. Ribbon on this circle, and I found it helps if you have it on a darker background, because then you can see where the white ends, so you can maybe get it centered a little better. So this is, I'm using my big Pacific Point. It came with a Pacific Point spot for you to use if you don't have the big one. All right, so I'm going to ink this up, and I may not be able to do this since I'm not right over it. We'll see. I'll try not to get my head in the way. If you could see me, I had my tongue out trying to get it in the right place. All right, somebody else joined us. Hey, Debbie, welcome. All right. So we have, oh, that's not bad. It's pretty centered. We have that, and then You're the Best is the other stamp we're going to do here. So You're the Best. And it's going to go in this little circle. The nice thing about stamping in a circle, you don't have to worry about it being straight because you can just turn the circle. So that helps. Okay, that's all the stamping we're doing for this one. So we'll set those aside. Close my ink up so I don't make a mess. All right, now we're ready to do our shaker part. So I have my stars. So this is the part that for whatever reason I could not figure out. You put your foam frame on the card base. So that's what you're going to do first. So you're going to peel off one side because it's sticky on both sides. You're going to peel off one side. Whoop, and it grabs, so whoops, don't do that. And I got it a little over to that side, but it'll be fine. Then, okay, I'm going to get my directions out just to make sure I do this right. But then you put your, then you put your bits inside. So now I'm going to take about half of what's left and pour them in the middle of this. So I'm just eyeballing it. More. Is that about half? Maybe just a few more. That's close enough. Okay. Then you take off the top piece so that it's sticky on top. Try not to spill all your stars because now this is sticky and my fingers are stuck to it. Then you're going to take your piece of acetate and put that over it. Make sure it's covered, covering the whole hole. And my finger's stuck again. Wow, that's some sticky stuff. Okay, don't get your nails on it. And then you're going to take your frame and put it on top of that. There. So now you have your shaker. And then it's just a matter of building up the rest of this. So they did, and I'm going to use, no, I think I will use my Stampin' Seal. So I'm going to put a little bit of this in the middle. And stick that on the gold circle. And then that goes on this. I'm going to use liquid glue, I think, on this one. I didn't use it on the gold because if you get liquid glue on the metallic paper, it makes a mess. So this is going to go in the center of this. And then they put this on the blue circle with dimensionals. So that's what I'm going to do. Can you still see? All right, so that goes on here, in the middle of that. And then you're going to take glue dots of some kind. I have my handy dandy take your pick tool, so I can use the ones that they gave to us. And they tell you, oh, before I do that, oh, I forgot my ribbon scissors. I'll have to use my paper scissors. Before I do that, I want to make my ribbon. So what they showed in the video is you just fold it in half and then just, can you see what I'm doing? And then you just cut it like that. And that makes a nice tail for you. So I just fold it in half and then just cut down to the corners. There we go. Now I'm going to take, what did I get on there? Oh, it was probably dust from the ribbon cutting. Now I'm going to take some of these glue dots, which you can use regular glue dots if you don't want to use these, but I have my take your pick tool, so that makes it easier. So you're going to put these, and you don't want to put them all the way to the top. You want to put them down because they're going to get covered up. They're going to go underneath your ribbon, on the top of your ribbon. Oops. These little backs go everywhere. All right. And then I think I'm gonna put 2 on here. I might have just put 1 last time, but it seems not quite as sturdy. So I'm gonna put 2 on the top of these. And then take off their toppers. Come on, let go. And then what I did is I just kind of laid it how I wanted it to be. It's probably glaring on you a little bit. And then I just put my ribbon on the top of that. And you can kind of turn it over and press it. All right, now we have our ribbon. And I think I did it with... Nope, I don't think I did. Nope, I did glue dots. So then more glue dots. And I'll put some on the ribbon and some up on the paper. Make sure it gets stuck down. Well, come on. There we go. All right, and then you just put this towards the top of that. Turn it over and rub it a little bit. All right, there you go, card number 1. So you can send that to anybody that you want to encourage. So it says, you're the best. And there are other sentiments. If you didn't like you're the best, you could put something else in there. Okay, card number 1. Card number 2 is this one. You deserve a medal. And so for this one, here are our pieces. And we're going to stamp on these 2. So now I need a long ribbon piece. And you deserve a medal. And these are Pacific Point again, which is hiding under an envelope. All right. And so this you're going to stamp, make sure I'm in the right spot for you, towards the top. Try and get it centered. There we go. And it's kind of, I think it's kind of distinctive. It's kind of got, I mean, that's on purpose. The stamp is made that way to have that extra little bit. And then your sentiment in the middle of this circle. All right. Put our ink away again. So you have the gold metallic piece, and you're going to put this on there. That's going to go in the middle of that. And then they use dimensionals to put this piece on the rectangle on the bottom of the ribbon. So it's just going to go like it's hanging off that ribbon. All right, so that's that piece. And then you have two of these vellum leaf things, which they look kind of yellow in this light. And then this watercolored piece. So I'm going to put this on. Just in the middle. And then I am going to I think I did do this first, because they put this on with dimensionals again. So I think I put dimensionals on it first. And then I tucked the leaves behind it, if I remember right. All right, so that goes, you want to see a little bit of the yellow poking out that end. And then I took, here I'm going to use the back of this, because the glue dots will kind of stick. I took glue dots and put them on the back of the, you probably can't see that white on white, but I'm putting it on the back of the leafy thing, putting a glue dot there. And then I'm going to tuck it underneath here. So I'm just going to tuck it in there. And I can kind of stick my finger under there and push down. And then the same thing with this one on the back side. I'll put a glue dot. Well, come on. And then tuck it in so it's going up, but not off the edge of the card. So kind of like that, and they overlap some. Okay, then you're going to take your little bag of stars that you separated, and I like to just put a little dot of glue where I want them to go. And it looked like they did 5 on each of these other 2 cards, which would add up to 30 that you're supposed to separate. So I did not bring my tweezers over here, so let's see if we can, I may have to grab them, we'll see. Get some of these to come out. That's plenty. I don't know that I can do it. Nope, I'm going to grab my tweezers. I'm afraid I'll cut them if I open the scissors, so hang on. Oh, I could have used my Take Your Pick tool, couldn't I? I could have used the sticky part of my Take Your Pick tool. Oh, well. Got my tweezers now. So you're just going to set that down in the glue. Try not to get glue on the front of it like I just did. That's a pretty big glob. Oh well. Well. I probably should, I wonder if no, I did use glue last time. I probably should use glue dots for these. We'll do that on the next card and see if that works better. Then you won't end up with glue everywhere like I am. All right, one over here. And one more. Right there. rest of these back in the bag so I don't lose them all. I got glue on my fingers. You know, you can't stamp without getting messy. Well, see if I can get them easier with the tweezers. Nope. Nope, that's not any better. That's a little better. So you don't have to wait all night for me to pick up the stars. There we go. So now we got enough for our other 2, 3, however many cards we have left to do with stars. There's one stuck to my end of my tweezers, and there's one over there. When I was doing these the other night, I ended up finding stars everywhere. They kept escaping. Whoops. Whoops. Come on. Oh, goodness. Okay. That's enough stars for right now. Okay, there we go. That's card number 2. All right. Then the last card that comes in the kit is this one. And so this one, you have all these pieces. So you have 2. Now the leaves do go 2 different ways when you punch them out. For that other card, where we wanted them to go the same way, I just flipped it over. So see, these are both curling the same way. I just flipped one of them over. But this one, you do want them going opposite ways. So, maybe. So they'll go like that. All right, let's do our stamping. So we're gonna stamp. Clean off a couple of these stamps before I just end up with dirty stamps everywhere. Put a couple of these away. So we're going to do World's Greatest. World's Greatest. And then you can do, I did Friend on mine, but let's see, you can do Teacher. So we'll do Teacher on this one, just for something different. Okay. This is still in our Pacific Point. So you're just going to stamp World's Greatest in the middle of the trophy. And then Teacher in the middle of this white, which will be a trick. Yeah, it's a little high, but that's okay. All right. And then we're going to do the same thing with the ribbon that we did with the last one. Get our stamps out of the way. So we're going to fold it up. And cut the end of it on the other end. There we go. And we'll get that to lay down with glue dots. All right, so let's put our watercolor piece on first. So we're going to put that on our card base. We'll just put that in the middle of our card base. And then we will take glue dots to put our ribbon on. So where is my take a picture? There it is. I'm making quite a mess over here. If you could see the rest of the table, it's a mess. And I'll probably put a couple in the middle just for good measure. I seem to have plenty. Just to make sure it stays stuck down well. All right, so take all your backings off. And then you're gonna want this kind of centered across that watercolor piece towards the bottom. But they had a little bit still sticking out of the little bit of the watercolor piece sticking out below it. Okay, let's see if we can get this on without. Make sure you can still see. All right, so I'm going to try and center it and put it a little bit above. And so you can hardly see that crease in it anymore since we put the glue dots on it. All right, and I did the same thing with this. I went ahead and put this up on dimensionals. Oh, wait, before I do this, I need to put my teacher on there. That will be easier to do if it's not up on dimensionals. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of the green glue, put it on there. That way I can wiggle it if I need to get it straight or centered. Okay. Now I can put my dimensionals on. And let's put 2 at the bottom. And we'll put this so that it's just a little bit below the ribbon, and it's still on the watercolor piece at the top. And then we'll do the same thing with our vellum leaves. We'll take a glue dot, put it on the back side of it. And stick that, and you want to be sure when you put it in here that you have it in far enough. It's getting caught on there. Nope, don't stick yet, not ready. There we go. So that it's not sticking out over the end of your card, the edge of your card. And you can just kind of put your finger in there and press down on it. All right, and then we'll get our other vellum leaf. And on the back side, put a glue dot. And then put it in, tuck it in on the other side. Make sure it doesn't go off. There we go. Little backings everywhere. All right, now all we need are our stars. Again, this time we're gonna try glue dots. We'll see. So let's take, here, I'll just put a couple glue dots on until we see how it works. So I'm gonna put one up here. And one, whoops. Can you still see? Yeah. Right there. And one right there. So let's try these 3. See if this works better. And this time I'm gonna use my take your pick tool and see if I can just pick one up out of here so I don't have to go dumping them all out again. There we go. So one right there. Whoops. Don't stick your finger in the other glue dots. Got a few too many. There we go. I think that's just one. Oh yeah. Glue dots are the way to go with these. Not as messy as the glue. All right, and then we need 2 more down here. Right there. And let's do one right there. All right. Whoops. There we go. One there. One more. Nope, just one. There we go. Oh yeah, much better. All right, that works much better than the liquid glue. And there we go. That's our last card. So these are the 3 that we made in the kit. Make this mess go away. Put them down a little bit. Make sure you can see them. Okay, I'm gonna stand up and see if there are any comments I need to read. Hi, Nancy. All right, so those are the 3 that we made from the kit. Now I'll show you your bonus one that I'm going to send you the supplies to, and you're going to use, so I had a whole sheet plus some left over of the white dies, so you're going to use some of that. You're going to use 1 big and 1 little of the white dies. So this is the card. Whoops, I forgot I had one of those already. This is the card. I mean, it just says you're the best. And then I just decided it needed something over here, so I did the number 1. This is smoky slate, and this ink is smoky slate, and this is black. If you don't have smoky slate, you can use Versamark. You could even stamp it in the blue if you wanted, or if you wanted to use your black and just stamp it off a couple of times. I think when I make this one, I'm going to stamp the smoky slate off, so it's a little bit lighter, and see if we like that better. So what you will get from me are these pieces. So you have your card base, and this is some of the Tasteful Textures, I think. It goes with that whole Tasteful Texture suite. I can't remember. In Good Taste. That's the name of the paper, I think, is In Good Taste. Originally, I was going to do blocks like that. But then I noticed the other side, this is kind of a bluish color here. So I ended up turning it over and using the blue. So you can use whichever side you want. Let's go ahead and make our... So with these, you just want to, if you don't have a punch to do this, and I didn't bring one over, then you can just snip into the middle, and then from each side into the middle. And then you can just make a little banner in like that. So we'll do both of those before we forget and get them on our card. Oops. There we go. All right. So for the stamping, we're going to use that same big ribbon background. I don't know what you call it. And we're going to put that with the Pacific Point. I thought about trying to make flowers out of that, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. So I just made more ribbons before I stick my hand in it. All right, so we're going to try and put this in the middle again. Oop, I got a little low on that one, I can tell already. Probably going to have to turn it over. Yep, let's turn it over. Luckily, there are 2 sides. Let's see if I can do better on this one. Looks a little better, maybe. That's better. All right, and then You're the Best. I don't remember. Nope, I think I put that one away. And this I used Memento. Close this up before I get glue everywhere. All right, so I have Memento Black. And I'm going to do that on my little circle. You could do it in the middle, but I just thought it would be fun to have it on the little circle and then pop it up. So that's going to go in the middle of this. There we go. And then our last stamping is that number 1. I thought I had my little block. It's not. I'll use this one. And I'm going to use the smoky slate. I'll grab a piece of scratch paper. So I'm going to use the smoky slate ink. But this time I'm going to stamp off. Let's see if we like it better. Stamped off. Be a little bit lighter, if I can remember. When we're doing this in class, we have to say stamp off, stamp off, stamp off. So we remember to stamp off. Because it's really hard to remember that. I think I like that better. It's a little bit more subtle. All right, that is all of our stamping. So now we're ready to put this together. So I'm going to take my strip of designer series paper. Whoops, thought I had it turned enough. And put it down the side. And I think I'm going to do it this way so that more of the blue is towards the bottom and it won't get all covered up by my ribbon. So I'm just put that down the side, and then I put let's put this on here first. So I'm going to put this flat on my black circle. Try and center it. There we go. And then I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive at the top of these. And kind of slant them. And put that on there. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this on my card. I'm going to put some adhesive across there and here. Put a little bit on there too. I'm going to put that. Make sure I'm staying in the picture here. And then I'm going to put this on with dimensionals. It's just easier to put all the rest of that on first. Probably could have gotten away with one, but that's okay. All right, and then this will just go right in the middle. There. So there you go. That will be your bonus project. Like I said, you'll get all the pieces except for the 2 white pieces because you should have extra of those in your kit. Okay, that is it for tonight. Let me know if you have any questions or if you need any help. I'm excited about next month's. I love fall stuff. And so this is what we're going to get. Oh, it's a dual purpose. Oh, so you can do Halloween or fall. That will be fun. I can't wait to see it. Okay, that's it, ladies. Thank you for joining me. Again, let me know. Thank you, Nancy. If you have any questions, thank you, Betty. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will get these packets. Well, if you're coming to card class Thursday night, I'll probably just save them and give them to you then. Thanks, Michelle. Otherwise, I will get them in the mail to you. All right, thanks for joining me. Good night.